Hi, I'm Koura, and welcome to my podcast, Filmmaking. Actually, ta-da! For this week's episode, Spaceship wanted to share some thoughts on story writing. So he wrote this episode. Usually I write down kind of the gist of what I want to say so that I make sure I don't forget anything and I don't take 6 hours to collect all my thoughts. For this one, he put it together and I'm excited to share it with you. If you're like us, you love telling stories through film, or maybe you just love watching stories being told through film. Here's one piece of advice that has helped Spacey, and me too, actually. It's helped both of us write and direct. It's about feeling. So, emotions are a vital ingredient when it comes to telling a story. Beware the misguided notion that audiences only watch movies and shows for their special effects or star-studded casts. That's only partially the case when we remember what we want most from our stories is to feel something. We're all seeking an emotional connection and a response from what we watch. Whether it's the heart-wrenching drama and action of The Last of Us, the zany unpredictability of something like Tiger King, or the immersive and multi-universal story of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Success lies in captivating your audience's emotional response in every way possible. As a storyteller, you must take your viewers on a roller coaster ride of emotions. So that could be joy, sorrow, fear, excitement, or a mix of all of these. That's where genre comes into play. Genre, in simple terms, as many of you probably know, is the name we use to describe the categories that have developed over time for what we read, watch, and listen to. So, for example, horror or drama or comedy, and then there are subgenres like slasher, thriller, creature feature as different types of horrors, etc. You have to be careful a little bit, though, when you're deciding what genre your project is. Genre is something that is beyond just a sticky label you slap on a story that doesn't quite fit. You have to think of genre as another way of stating the overall feeling of what you want your audience to experience. For example, if you're writing a horror, it probably isn't necessarily going to have a bunch of meet-cutes and drama and romance and have absolutely zero jump scares or thrills or suspense or anything. There's been a lot of amazing films that cross genres like Deadpool or Free Guy or the most classic Back to the Future, which is like every genre ever all in one. If your spy thriller has few spies and even fewer thrills, you probably should study some of the best examples in that genre, like Mission Impossible films or Jason Bourne films, just to see what it is about those films that make it a spy thriller. That said, you also want to try your best to avoid copying what's popular or just pandering to your audience. Being a plagiarist or people pleaser will only lead to failure, as you'll never truly connect with your story or audience. Instead, you really need to dig deep and find the emotional connection that resonates with the first audience of your work. You're going to be the first person who's going to reread what you wrote. So what moves you? What do you want to feel when you watch a movie or a TV show? Chances are the audience that you're trying to connect with wants to feel the same way. So remember, your story genre isn't a box that you have to squeeze your tail into. You can create a range of vibrant emotional flavors within a single genre. You can take a romantic film and make it have genre by giving it dynamic emotional range where every scene starts in one emotion and ends in another. Maybe the character comes in and they're angry, and when they leave, they're sad. When they come in, they're bored, and when they leave, they're happy. Like, people don't just want drama. Like, it's just flat. Nothing's happening. Or, the same with like thrill. Like, you have to give your audience a second to breathe. You can make your audience laugh, cry, get angry, tense, nervous, or even sick to their stomachs. But if you promise it, you must deliver it. If you say that it's a specific genre, you want to make sure that you are checking the boxes of what's expected in that genre. If it's a romance and there's absolutely no love anywhere at all of any kind, maybe you should reconsider what type of genre that story actually is. As a storyteller, it's up to you to consistently convey the emotional experience you promised to your audience via the genre. Or better yet, give your audience an experience above and beyond the wildest expectations of that genre's conventions. If you can provide perfection in the primary feelings your genre is promising, you can walk away with almost anything else in your work. Every holiday season, audiences root for a Scrooge-like character in the perennial classic A Christmas Carol. If you didn't know, A Christmas Carol's Scrooge-like character is that term's namesake, Ebenezer Scrooge, which speaks to the power of feeling in storytelling. Charles Dickens' masterpiece is a testament to crafting a character that embodies a specific combination of evocation, leading to personally unique yet culturally unifying emotional experiences, ever since its premiere nearly literally 200 years ago. Your audience connects with compelling characters through the dynamic textures woven through them, even if they start as unlikable or challenging to relate to. So start telling stories that tap into your audience's emotions, and your own, and ultimately challenge them and you in ways you wouldn't expect. Stay true to your connection with your work, never pandering to trends, and deliver with integrity and passion to your viewers every step of the way. If your story makes people feel all the feels, they will be forever grateful for it. And hopefully, so will you. What's your favorite genre, and how do you check those boxes when you write or when you watch films? Let us know. We get a lot of messages from our podcast audience on social media, and we're always happy to hear from you. Have a topic you want us to cover in a future episode? You can let us know that as well. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Half of you might have turned the episode off already, but if you do, you're going to miss the amazing outro by Mr. Spaceship, who drops a very funny joke at the very end. So stick around for that. All right, that's it. That's the episode. Bye.
You've been listening to Filmmaking Actually with Koura Linda, Space Dream Productions podcast. Subscribe to us on any or all the podcast platforms, but we especially recommend our sponsor, Anchor. If you like what you hear, leave us 5-star ratings and positive reviews on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps more listeners like you discover the show. But the best thing you can do if you really like the show is tell a friend. Want to leave a comment or ask a question? Email at filmmakingactually@gmail.com. This is Spacey speaking, and remember,
sometimes patience is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little. It seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
and we'll see you next time.